Hey guys, Tim for Chasin Trails Outdoors, heading down to the bear site. Bear season starts in New Brunswick on Monday or Tuesday. I don't have any bears yet, so I'm not worried. I don't normally see bears for a couple more weeks. I have been baiting a little bit, but it's mostly just been getting eaten up by raccoons. Um, but I got a bucket of bait now, and I've got the double stand. We're gonna get that stuff set up today. I got a tree to chop down. It's a standing dead wood that's in the way, so I'm gonna get it out of the way. And yeah, I'm just a little work activity at the bear site. So all right, guys. So we got ourselves into the bear site. We got the main tree right here behind me. We're gonna go up 12 feet. I got the stand right here. Sorry about the angle, but I realized I forgot all my mounting gear. Oh, it takes a little bit to get back into filming again, but we are here at the bear site and we're a week away and I cannot wait. So get this set up, check the last camera, finish with the bait, and then get out of here. And then we'll check out what's on cameras, guys. All right, let's get to work. What a beautiful day out today. It's got to be like 12 to 15 degrees today. Oh, so nice out. Big Tuna and the gang are all out four-wheeling, but you know what? Last year I put off a lot of bear hunting work that I had to do here. I put off a lot of it last year to go four-wheeling. This year I'm going to get that priority straight. Now the straps we're using, guys, these straps I've had for a couple years. I never leave them out for a couple months at a time. Well, I guess more than a couple months. They go in May, April, May, and they come out in whenever we're done in the fall. I loosen them up in the summertime, and the reason why I loosen them up is that way the wind and stuff is moving around. They're not stretching them. These straps are all still very strong. $4 a strap at Dollarama, guys. They got black, orange, and green. Try to get the green, obviously, you're in the woods. But yeah, it's a good strap, and I've never had any problems with these straps on the bear site whatsoever. So guys, one of the things about setting up these stands, if you can do it with a partner because you're gonna be a lot safer, don't have a partner. There's a kind of like a 2 or 3 step process. So the first one, when you're putting your strap that holds the ladder to the actual tree, okay, before you get up and do the top, if you put the strap down here in the middle where it's supposed to be pulling the ladder in, then what's going to happen is your top is going to want to pull away from the tree when you climb up. So for safety, You don't even need it in tight, guys. You just want it snug. So, see, it's not going to pull away from the tree now. And that's super important. See that? That wanted to pull away, but my strap kept it on. So now I got to be careful how I climb up. There we go. Now when I connect this, depending on the size of your tree, the bigger the tree you have, the more stability you're going to have. When you're using a smaller tree, although it's perfectly strong enough, I want to make sure my anchors are as close to the tree as possible to avoid twisting. Now, when we talk about twisting, that's when you sit on the side of a tree stand. The ladder itself usually dives into the ground, digs into the ground, and if it's twisting, the top will feel like it wants to turn on the tree. In this case, it doesn't, because we have tied it in tight. The teeth dig into the tree, it pulls it in tight, there's no twisting. If you were to push those anchors out wide, your stand will twist, break, and you'll get hurt or worse. I know I go through this every year, guys. I always talk about setting up the stands, and I always talk about show how to set a stand up and try to show some tips on being safe. That's A, because it's a great reminder for me. B, I like putting out that content, so somebody new who maybe popped into this video instead of last year's might still get that information. Some of you guys have seen this stuff over and over and over again, and that's fine. You know, you might skip it or not even watch it, and I really don't care. I just want to make sure that if someone new is checking this out, or even if someone new is hunting and looking for help, you know, this little video will help guide that a little bit. So the weakest point in your ladder is always going to be your connectors. Now, I don't have the cases. I don't know what happened to them. There's like a metal bracket that goes over the connector right here. So this is where this part of the stand connects with this stand. And the tube goes up inside and the bolt goes through. But just like you see at the top, there's metal tubes that's supposed to go over this. I don't have them. I've never had them. In fact, I don't even remember it came with it. But anyways, now that I've attached the top, I don't need my anchor so high up. So there's two things we're gonna do. We're gonna put in the centerpiece here to keep the ladder from bowing in, okay? And then we're gonna reconnect this at a little bit lower to help pull the ladder into the tree and the center brace. So this is the center brace, guys. And what I'm doing is I'm putting it just above my my connectors. So the weight of the ladder itself will hold us in the tree. I have a rope here that I'm going to tie around to help keep it stable, okay? Generally, I have a pin that goes in here. I'll have to bring one out because I don't have one with me right now. But I'll bring a pin. You can even put a twig in there. All it's doing is keeping it. Now, do not put this in the middle, okay? If you put this in the middle, what happens is you give a tipping point, okay? And the ladder is trying to, you've got your straps that are pulling from the sides, and it's going to want to twist. So always put it in the corner. There we go. Tie this up. That's on tight. That's not moving. This is here. And look, see, it's already getting very sturdy. Now the last piece. And to help keep the bears from messing around with your leftover strap, guys, wind it up. All right, let's go up and take a look. God, I love this spot. I was actually thinking about abandoning this spot and going somewhere else, but But I'm not. I decided to stay here again. Reality is it's not any longer to go from where I live now to where I lived before I moved in September. But yeah, so yeah, it's not a big difference to get here from one spot or the other. What a view. Stand's good and solid. Got everything here. The bow holder's up. I may be bow hunting this year. We'll see if I can get it sighted in. Figure out my broadheads. No bears yet though, but this is like our first really warm, dry day. So I'm hoping that the scents carry out today. I've got like a whole pile of fridge leftovers and stuff, like old chicken, and Tyson decided to throw in some strawberry jello. I've got some Proxpedition molasses and anise mix. So we are going to do very well here. I got 3 bags of bait already. I start picking up my bread this week coming up. Things are shaping up for bear season. I did lose one of my bakeries, which whatever, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes for people that help me out with that, and I don't mind. I don't mind at all. You know, still got my main bakery, so that's good. 25 yards from here, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to remeasure it just to be sure. But there's 1 barrel, there's 2 barrel, there's 3 barrel. That tree there is good, but that tree right there is dead. And she needs to come down today before it falls over and breaks something. Last spring during the rut, and I think I had a video of this, but anyways, I had a bear up at the barrel, and she was watching. It was a female. It was during the rut, and she was watching something through the woods, and all of a sudden I was busy watching her, and a bear popped out right there, right there. And while that bear was there staring at this one and the jaws were popping, all of a sudden World War III broke out between 2 bears in the woods. And I mean, it was World War III. And that was kind of crazy. And all the bears left the site except for the female at the front. And that was the end of the night for me. So I just said, you know, I think I'll pack it up and take off now. Now that is what we call standing deadwood, meaning it hasn't fallen over yet, but it is dead. There's nothing alive at the top, and so we're not taking away a resource. This is something that's going to fall eventually. So we're just taking out, you know, a dead tree. So there she is. Fell right where I wanted it. Oh, I'm tired. This is for people in better shape than I am. Oh, I guess I should have started working out sooner. So we got that now. We're going to chop her right about there and then flip it over. We got it chopped here. I have no idea how heavy this is. This wasn't as heavy as I thought it was going to be. There we go. So there we go. And we'll trim down those branches and we're all set. And now I'll come back with my mini hand chainsaw and I'll take that right down to a nub so it doesn't interfere with the bears. There you have it. Now it's a little bit more open. Oh, that was a good workout. Very good workout. I like it. The bears won't come through a little channel right here and not come in at a proper shot angle. Now they might come over this. Now once I shave that down to the nub, they'll just step right over that. No problem at all. They'll come right in Head in the barrel, perfect broadside, bada boom, bada bing. Mark doesn't have to go looking for a bear as much, or I. So today's bait is a little bit of the dry mix and then table scraps. Everything out of the fridge I've been keeping for the last month. The place smells like anise. It's covered. It's covered. I'll cut that later. The trees are covered. All the way down there is covered. Up there is covered. Well, guys, that's it. We got the work done. I got the trees. This one all trimmed up. So now it's not, interfering with the sight. It's not interfering with your vision. And eventually I'll go back there and I'll trim some more stuff. Every trip, try to do like 10 minutes of work. Just helps keep up the sight. And before, this was a barrier of trees around the barrels. And now we've trimmed it all up. All the dead branches going down and stuff like that. And it's opened up. There's sunlight coming in. There's actually new growth happening underneath as well, which is kind of cool. So a lot of dead trees in these crownland stands like this. Irving replanted this all one type of tree, and for their logging purposes. And someday this will probably get cut. Hopefully not anytime soon, but who knows. So when that day comes, that'll be a new site. All right, guys, the work is all done for today. We're set, ready to go. If need be, we could be hunting on the 1st if we had bears, but we don't have bears. So that's it for this episode of Chasin Trails Outdoors, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck this bear season. Have yourselves a great day.